Hi there, Kira here with a flip through of my travel pages from our road trip from Washington to Texas. So here is my first day, and this is the day we left Washington. So I've got a selfie of me and my husband as we're leaving our neighborhood. I did pictures throughout the couple pages. I did kind of a similar picture in every state that we went through. So here's Washington, here's Oregon, and I just stamped, the state on each one. Journaled a little bit about how Jonathan was really excited about the giant box of chips that was in our car that we got from Costco. And the first thing he did when we got in the car was he asked for tiger chips, which are Cheetos, because they have the cheetah on them. So he wanted tiger chips, and it was just really cute. Like the whole road trip, he would keep asking for the chips. We also stopped in Sunnyside, and I got to see Mary, and we had lunch together, and our kids got to play, and it was really nice. And I just wrote a little bit about how I was really grateful that Chris planned our trip kind of around me being able to go and see her. So I just wrote a little bit about that there. I have a picture of Jonathan here with his little swim trunks on, his little arm floaties. This was actually the first time that my kids had ever gone swimming, so it was pretty exciting. So I had to obviously document the moment. These pictures are just of the kids in the hotel room at night, and we had Chinese food that night, so I saved our 3 fortune cookies here. We made it to Oregon, and then I had printed out these cards before I left, and I did like different sized ones and different orientations for each of them, but it has just the outline of the U.S., lower 48, and then I hand stitched along our route and then put a little LE Studio puffy star at the very end. So I did this for every single day, and then I just wrote like the miles traveled that day and then what date it actually was. So that's a recurring theme throughout these pages. Next page. So sorry about the glare. I don't really know what to do about that. Let's go there. Okay. So this day we made it to Utah. We started out in Oregon, which is where these pictures are taken. This was the start of our day. Made it through Idaho because we were right kind of on the border of Oregon and Idaho, so it didn't take long for us to get to Idaho. In Idaho, we stopped at the craft warehouse because I had a gift certificate there. So we made sure we went through a town where I could actually go spend the gift certificate. And then we also stopped at Walmart, and the kids each got to pick out a toy for the trip. And Jonathan picked out this giant bucket of sidewalk chalk, which actually ended up being like a really, really great idea, because when we stopped at each of our rest stops, when we would stop and let the kids get out and play, it's not like they have playground equipment or anything at the rest stop, so they need something to kind of get their energy out. So the sidewalk chalk actually ended up being a really, really great idea. So I have all these pictures here just at rest stops where the kids are playing with the sidewalk chalk. And then here, he's a little sneaky chalk eater because he likes to eat the chalk. Here I just journaled about how we stopped in Idaho at the craft warehouse and Walmart, and then we got to Bountiful, which is the city that my brother lives in, and we got there at about 6 o'clock at night. And so he came over to our hotel with his 3 kids. His wife was working, so she couldn't join us, but he came with his 3 kids, brought some pizzas. We went to the pool and swam, so we had ourselves like a little pool party that night, so that was really fun. And again, hand stitched, and it's not accurate, but I mean, it's close enough. And then the miles traveled there. Next. So this day we spent a lot of the day with my sister-in-law and one of my nephew. My nieces are both in school during the day, so they couldn't join us, but I went shopping with my sister-in-law, and then we went out to lunch with my brother and sister-in-law. And so that was really fun. So we that was like our Utah day. And then we, after that, left Bountiful, went to Orem, which is where the American Crafts Warehouse was. Spent a little time there shopping, as you know. And then we made it to Moab that night. And Moab was gorgeous. I mean, you can see this is just right outside of our hotel, like out the back. So the hotel we stayed at had like a nice park for the kids right out back. So we went, basically the second that we got out of the car, I just took the kids right to the park. Like I was like, I don't even want to go inside to the hotel room. I just want to get the kids out and playing before the sun goes down. And so that's what all these pictures are of here, are the kids playing at the park. And then this is the picture, I'm standing in the park looking out back in the hotel, and it was just, I mean, look how gorgeous that was. Like just stunning. So we would really love to go back to Moab because we had a really great time there, and it'd be nice to go kind of without the kids. So I just journaled a lot about what we did that day, about hanging out with my brother and getting to Moab and how we want to visit again. Basically everything I just told you. So that's that page. The next day we made it to New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So here, my little trail going down. I wrote a little card here. Sorry if any of you are from New Mexico or Albuquerque, but I wrote, New Mexico, you were as unimpressive as I thought you'd be. I wonder why people choose to live in this state. Needless to say, I won't be back anytime soon or ever. # sorry, not sorry. I really wasn't impressed with New Mexico. I liked our hotel though. Like you got like 3 free drinks and like free dinner with the hotel room, and we had a suite, so we had 2 rooms, so we were actually able to get the kids in a different room than us, which was nice. And yeah, that was nice. That was the only part that was nice about New Mexico. People were really nice there too. So this was in the morning in Moab. We went and played at the park some more. This was breakfast. Jonathan was a major sass pants, so I made sure to note that. Let's see, we've got Elliot decided to climb under the sink, and I just put a little tiny word sticker here that said exactly where I need to be. So that was funny. When you drive through to get to New Mexico, you drive like through a little corner of Colorado. So we did pass through Colorado, so I made sure to include a picture of that. And then this was when we had just gotten into New Mexico. We stopped for lunch at McDonald's and they have, a play area at McDonald's. So basically any time that we stopped for food, we would try to make sure that it was like either we went to a park, like we drove through and went to a park, or it had a play place in the restaurant, because we needed to get the kids out of the car and get some of their energy out. So that's that day. And then the next day we made it to Snyder, Texas. So here's my Texas picture here. And I've got the kids playing in a park that we stopped at. Like I said, we tried to basically, anytime that we saw a park or were eating lunch, we would stop and go there. So there's a really nice park in Snyder. No, this was not in Snyder. This was in Clovis, New Mexico. That's where that was. Stopped there before we made it to Texas. So we have all these pictures of the park. And I have the Welcome to Texas sign right here. It was really windy when we were in Clovis, so I got a picture of me in the wind. And then this picture here is my first Texas sunburn. This was literally just driving in the car. This was not being outside in the sun. This was driving in the car in the sun. So that's there. Oh, and then my kids playing on, they really liked these like, where you put your suitcases on, suitcase trolley things. They really like to play on those. So there's that. And then we've got my Welcome to San Antonio page. So finally made it to San Antonio. I didn't do a whole lot on this page because this was like our first night getting kind of settled, and so I didn't really decorate a whole lot. But I have a couple of pictures of the kids playing with their sidewalk chalk. This fresh start, journaling card I just thought was kind of perfect because this is our fresh start. And then I just did San Antonio down here in some little tiny alphas. So it says hello San Antonio. I wrote a letter to San Antonio, so I said, "Dear San Antonio, we don't know each other yet, but I'm hoping we become the best of friends. I'm a Washington girl at heart, but I could learn to become a Texan, except I don't plan on cheering for the Cowboys anytime soon. I hear you like it hot, but I'm not used to 100-degree weather, so maybe you can ease me into it? That would be great. I love gray skies, and I'm even okay with a little rain. Also, I love Mexican food. Give me all the tacos. Love, Kira." And then up here I have, this is our San Antonio bucket list. So me and Chris kind of we made a list of things that we really wanted to see when we got here. So like the Children's Museum, the zoo, the Alamo, things like that. So we made a whole list that we wanted to see, and this is just our bucket list for San Antonio. And so that is the last of my travel pages. I hope you guys like this. And I will see you soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.